Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Of course, this is Bugbear's Basement, and we are continuing with our Moonshea Isle campaign set on the planet of Torreal amongst the continent of Faerun. And of course, our party has just narrowly escaped complete death. But we will see what they do next after the various revelations that took place in last week's episode. So, thank you guys for being here. Hello, Lorenzo. Nice to see you, dude. Do keep in mind, guys, we appreciate. All your interaction and checking out the likes and all those kind of things. And once again, if you want to get in touch with me, just hit that Twitter down below and give me a shout out, and I will get back to you for sure. But of course, being live streamers that we are, we'd really appreciate you guys hitting that share button and letting your family and friends know that we're on so they can come over here and join us. And I forget all the time, so now that for some reason it's remembering in my head, I shall say also hit the subscribe button and like, please, because Dinale he really wants us to get to 1,000 people. I don't know why, but it's important to him. So make the llama happy, so he stays off my back, please. But nevertheless, guys, we got ourselves a fun session ahead because I'm really curious what the party's going to do actually, and I kind of, as usual, just kind of sitting back and following their lead, which probably is going to be a suicide thing in the end. I'm pretty sure. But nevertheless, let's come over here and say hello to our party. Of course, we're waiting for one member, but we'll kill a few minutes before he gets here. But of course, we do have Comic Book Bob here. Comic Book Bob, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing very good, man. We lived.
You did. You did.
We survived. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. We got a lot of clues from the last session, so
You did. You did. And of course, his Bob's character's name is Adderall. Yes, it is the headache medicine. So it's it's an elven cleric. What more should it be? But nevertheless, moving on here, we have ourselves a slick Jimmy. How you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. You know, when I I remember that song. That was a good song.
I want to run. I want to hide.
Son of a. That's what you get for having family.
Right, right, right. But
You
you
silence your phone.
you know the interesting thing for me when I first heard Slick Jimmy and his super sexy voice, the first thing I thought was, he should be Slick Willie. But then I realized Slick Jimmy is just as good a sexual reference as any.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
You noticed the double entendre.
Yes, I did. I did. I caught,
You remember back in the
caught it.
Beavis and Butthead days when their coach asked them to kick him in a Jimmy. And,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. I do recall. We are old enough to
Kick
know
me in the
such
jimmy.
things. The young people are ignorant of many stuff. Anyway, thank you very much, Jimmy, for being here. And of course, now Jimmy is he's playing himself a tiefling, a sexy tiefling seductress who causes all amounts of trouble. I mean,
What?
She is just the sweetest little thing. She never does anything wrong.
Stab the archmage in the back.
Well, the interesting thing was I was just kind of dropping a hint for that particular scene, but he just brought a big chunk of story forward, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. That'll work. That'll work.
Yeah.
But okay, thank you very much. Moving on here, we do have Corny Tip, a halfling bard.
Hey.
I do
Mhm.
apologize, folks. I couldn't do anything about it. My hands were tied. But how you doing, GOP?
Yeah, you almost got me, but I got away. At
I
least for
did.
now. We'll see how things go tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
There's gotta be some kind of a magical topical cream for this.
Right?
possibly.
Well, I mean,
right?
that's one of the things my character might be looking for. He still has that rash.
But then that's true. But then again, maybe too many topical creams have been used. We do have a slick Jimmy.
That's true.
I couldn't resist
very
that. I
true.
apologize.
Oh boy.
That was
I know.
that was
I
like-
walked into that. I'm
that was-
sorry.
That wasn't a dad joke though. That was a dirty grandpa joke. See, but I qualify
No,
for
Nobody
both.
blames you.
my emollients is natural.
Awesome. Awesome. But anyway, GOP, I look forward to seeing what you do tonight. And of course, our last player that's in here, Bill, is on the way, and he'll get here shortly. But of course, we have the young, naive, boy in clouds and mists of love idlement, or how did we used to call it from that cute little movie? He's Twitter-pated. It is Zachary.
Hey, thank you. Hey, everybody.
Now, how you doing there? Now, you are a youngish man, but you're a youngish married man, and you have the children, right?
Yes.
How many of
So
them do you have?
I have the one for now.
You have one. Nice. Girl, boy.
Girl.
Nice. Girls are great until they get to about 11, 12,
Like
and
I have
then
many.
it'll end your life.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's that window from 12-ish to about 25.
Yeah. That's about right. That's about right. The funny thing about that is that boys are really easy. I mean, all the way along, they're really easy, at least from the father's point of view. If you're a mother who's too soft, or at least doesn't have a father who will bring the hammer home, it can be a little bit troublesome for the mother, I suppose. But boys are easy. Girls, whew, man, they can be trouble, dude. Yeah, so good luck to you, Zach. Good luck. Now I got two myself. How many you got, Slick? You probably got like half a dozen, right?
That I know of, I have 0.
Oh,
I'm
you
being
have
very
0.
careful.
You have 0. Okay.
I
What
don't
about you?
believe I don't believe in being indiscriminate.
Oh, I see.
I
I
never
see.
inflicted myself completely on a woman for a long period of time.
I see. Well, that's very feminist of you. Okay. GOP. How about you?
Yeah. Okay. Right.
I don't have any kids.
You don't have any kids. Oh, goodness gracious.
Nope.
He has
No kids.
trains.
He has trains are cool. I like trains. Trains are awesome, dude. Yeah. I actually there's a steam locomotive about 3 hours away, and sometimes I go over and take little rides. I'm like a little kid, and I guess I can't be the only one that's got a couple kids. Bob, you must have a whole just tribe, right?
Nope.
None?
Nope. None.
Wow, that's interesting. Oh well, it's just you and me, Zach.
Yay. Or not yay, but
I know lots about children though because I'm a Mormon and they're
I see.
everywhere here.
Hey, we got actually several Mormons in the group, dude. Brad is Ashworth is also a Mormon, and he's out there in the Utah as well.
Yeah, Brad lives just down the block from me.
Oh, well, there you go. You guys are conspiracizing together. I get it. I get it. All right.
He used to be the manager of my LCS.
Ah, all right. Yeah, he used to do that. Now he's doing other stuff. But yeah, no, that's a good thing, I guess. But me, I'm nowhere near Mormon land. I'm quite far away, actually. One thing you have to say about the Mormons, though, even though they're a bunch of crazy bastards, they went out in the middle of a frickin' salt ocean and made an absolutely beautiful city. It's impressive.
Yep.
Actually, it's really
We
impressive.
got here, if anybody wants to know, when Brigham Young got here with his first company, there was one tree in the Salt Lake Valley. And now, if you come here, there's a lot of trees.
Oh yeah, no, it's impressive what they did, and I do find it interesting that you quote Brigham Young and not Mr. Smith. That's interesting.
Well, Brigham Young was the one who brought us out to Utah.
Sure.
Joseph Smith was back east, and I can quote him if you like, but I mean, it's not necessary.
No, it's certainly not. And I do know that he's a bit of consternation for certain groups of Mormons, actually. But we're not going to get into a religious conversation here. I just wanted to say that it's actually very impressive what the Mormons did. Actually, it shows the human ingenuity and capability. It's impressive. And if you've never been to Salt Lake, I suggest you go check it out one day.
Most people don't know this, but San Bernardino, outside of LA, was founded by the Mormons. So was Las Vegas.
Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting. Yeah.
They must be pretty disappointed with how Vegas turned out.
Oof.
Well, if you go to Vegas, there's a lot of Mormons there, and they're often in running of the place. So, yeah, just a second.
I thought it was Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, see?
Mm-hmm.
That movie lied to me.
It did. It lied. Now, of course, guys, we're just waiting for Bill to come in. He's running a little bit behind, and for good reason. So we're just kind of killing time. But I guess we should shift over to at least a role-playing conversation. Now, last week, there were many revelations. And this week, because we didn't have the break, I'm not necessarily going to give the biggest recap, just kind of a more shorter, quicker one. So why don't we do that kind of recap together instead of just me doing it, and talk a little bit
Right.
about what you guys think and what you plan on doing.
Well, the GM put us in another situation where he just, he's stingy with all the magic items and stuff. So we just got completely hammered.
Mm-hmm.
And we got beat by a geriatric old man. So, yeah.
True.
To be fair, in this world, geriatric old men are some of the most powerful people.
Yes, it is.
That's a good point.
And you
Freaking
guys haven't
Gandalf,
done much in the way of getting treasure. You haven't done any dungeon delving.
No, that's true.
You've been hanging around little villages.
right.
You haven't done anything really. That's why I threw the Ettercap in front of you, which at least gets some magic in the party.
Yeah. No, I was just kidding. But no, I think I find it very interesting that we found out that and that's one of the things I was going to talk about. Either it can actually be one of two things. Either Sebastian is actually working against us, or Sebastian's been replaced.
Or it could have just been a trick, but it would have been kind of weird for him to, like, he would have had to have known it was us and known we would have known about Sebastian and then known that we would have got away. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it was he was already in the midst of changing before she attacked him, so
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on it.
that's interesting. But yeah, we we infiltrated the werewolves town.
Farview. Yeah.
And Farview. We were supposed to just do reconnaissance, and they ended up going inside.
Dude, you sent a halfling bard to do reconnaissance. You know what's going to happen.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I'm like, yep, that was a mistake. But then Corny did another really great song.
He did.
Which we all heard from the outside going, oh, that's actually a toe tapper right there.
Oh yeah,
but
no,
I will say
he's capable. Yeah.
I will say this. I gotta give him credit. He did kind of save everybody by putting that guy under charm.
That did
now that
change
could have
things.
went either way. Because if that didn't work, we probably would have been screwed. But
we would have been either dead or fighting our way through something horrible. But it worked, man, and I'm like, wow, I gotta give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah, no, that was very useful spell, and it worked completely. And the funny thing is for me during last week's episode, you guys took the most murder hobo-y direction that you could have possibly taken.
True.
Yeah.
We had to do it. I didn't see a better option. So.
Yeah, and besides, all that XP was just laying there, so.
Right?
Which, that should be an interesting conversation when we try to explain to Laz that we didn't actually murder a bunch of people, that they'd been basically magically lobotomized.
True, but there were other options, but that's okay. I'm fine with that.
Not that I saw, man. It's time to get down and dirty.
Yep.
Well, at that point, short of like a greater restoration, you're not going to be able to get those people back if they're lobotomized. You know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think. And that's a very high level spell, something we're not going to have for a very long time. So.
Yeah.
And my mom. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. No. Maybe.
Well,
no,
we were like level 7.
Do not listen to that disconnected godlike voice in the sky. There was no chance of saving your mother, son.
I see. So why don't you guys go ahead and speculate here a little bit? What do you think's really going on?
I think either Sebastian has been. I think Sebastian was supplanted. I think he's either been captured or killed. And it's even possible that Sebastian and Black Angus are the same person.
Okay.
But that always brings up the really interesting question of why would he give us that item? You know, because I mean, unless it doesn't do what he says it does, unless it has some sort of magical effect that is different than what we thought.
It was a trap.
Yeah.
He was trying to get us killed.
Yeah, then I don't know why he would give us a device that allows us to talk to someone that he's enemies with and try and gain up.
One possibility is that Malor may be in an extremely weakened state and he's hoping we kill him.
Maybe, but then why? I mean, like, getting a device to where we could just talk with the god? I don't know. Like, wouldn't he give us the information that the god is weakened instead? That would probably make more sense. You know, if he thought if they actually thought we had a chance with the god, like killing this deity. It's a deity. So even if it's weak, we're still going to have a very hard time killing something that powerful.
Yeah.
But
or he may have given it to us and been like, "Hey, go take this thing and go talk to him." And we get there and he's like, "Oh, that's the thing that makes me want to murder everybody."
Mm-hmm. Well, also keep in mind that killing a god within the D&D campaign, D&D world system, you might be able to take a god out on this plane, but the only way to truly kill a god is to kill it on all planes of existence at the same time.
I thought it was on its home plane, but I could be wrong.
No, it's actually far deeper than that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, killing a god is like really hard.
It is. Well, that's why Mistaro has been able to be rebuilt twice. Brought back twice because it's almost impossible to completely kill them. You can disrupt them, you can cause them all kind of trouble, but to actually kill a god in the D&D system, you have to kill them on every plane of existence at the same time, which is impossible, really.
I mean, couldn't you destroy a god? Because I mean, if I recall, gods for the most part gain their power from their worshippers, if I recall. So it's like if a god is served by no one, then they're basically inept. They're unable to do anything real, or like they're very limited in their power at that point.
That is true.
So technically, if you made a wish for that maybe nobody remembers who this god is or nobody remembers the god's name, then technically you could probably kill a god that way.
Yeah, but once again,
I think it would only I think it would only affect the plane that you're on.
That's right, exactly. Wish only works on the plane you're on. It doesn't have multiplanar function. Now, a god making a wish, a greater wish, would probably have that effect. And of course, gods can kill each other, but to a point. But it's just it doesn't matter. It's just kind of one of those kind of conversations. But it doesn't really matter as far as our game goes, because I don't see you guys killing Melar, like.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's good luck with that.
Yeah, I think it's just more of, like my character, from the perspective of my character, not from my perspective, but my character's perspective is that Sebastian's a villain, and so why would we ever go with this device to this, to this deity, if Sebastian gave it to us? That's my character's thoughts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Damnation does have a question. He says, "How many planes does a god own, or more appropriately, exist upon?" Well, it depends on the god, right? If you have Io, for instance, Io exists on every plane of existence there is, because he, in the D&D universe, he is the one who created, or at least reined in the universe that exists, and therefore the multiverse as well. So he is like literally impossible to kill. Whereas if you take someone like Shantae, who is here in the Forgotten Realms, she only exists on a few planes herself. There are plenty of nature goddesses. Even though she is powerful, she would be a lot easier to get out, I would say.
And you got like a bunch of like demon and devil lords always existing on their own planes, and yeah.
That's right. And some elevate themselves, like because of all of the troubles and things that were going on through because the spell plague was something that applied across multi planes and many things. They just didn't really work it out in the other campaign settings because they really weren't doing anything with them at the time. But during that whole thing, we're talking about D&D cosmology here. We're not talking about Forgotten Realms cosmology. But during that whole debacle, Asmodeus, who originally was literally a planar of one, originally was a planar of one of the gods, actually was able to rise himself to actual godhood and thus exists on multiple planes now. It is interesting. But if you ever are curious about the cosmology of D&D, there are several YouTube channels that cover it quite well, actually, and it's deep and very very interesting, actually. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're going to get
And,
Bill. Can someone check the Discord? I shut it down for the stream.
Nothing yet.
Nothing
yeah.
yet.
Wasn't Vecna was a god that was a normal person who became a god too, right?
Well, that's a person that became a god. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's even
Yeah.
greater than
Vecna
what
was a
Asmodeus did.
wizard who
Yeah.
became a lich, yeah. And then he
Right.
became a god.
That's right. Yeah. So and that's kind of interesting take because if you go back to the original D&D, and I mean, even before advanced AD&D, going way back, they had a book of of course, there are immortals. It's a little bit different than the god, I guess. Which was that Mystara? I think it's Mystara. But they actually had a path for your character to become a god or an immortal.
Yeah.
I think I should be more specific about it. Yeah, that was actually we had a lot of fun with that back in the day. That was a
Hey
long
there.
time ago. Hey, what's up,
Hey.
Bill?
I made it.
You did
Sorry
make
for the
it.
delay.
How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, things will be all right. Thank you, appreciate it.
Oh, no problem,
problem, man.
Yeah, glad to hear it, dude. All right,
We
well.
were just talking about how badly you screwed us all up in the last game.
Oh yeah. Me? Wait a second.
I like he's like, wait a minute, did I?
I said I haven't had my turn yet. I missed out. What happened?
That's
What
true.
I do?
That's true.
Everybody lost their turn. We got blown up.
Dude, yeah,
You
that was
did.
pretty crazy.
You did. All right. So now that we have Bill here, let me go ahead and jump right in and do a quick little review of what happened last time. So I'm going to share screen, and the guys can see it here as well as you guys. So let's go ahead and bring that up. All right. Now, as you guys know, we are, of course, in the Moonshea Isles here. We've talked many times about Seraphel, the Eldrin have returned, and of course that's a whole nother problem that has nothing to do with them right now. We are on the Moonshea Isle. These guys are down here over, if you see on this map, Farview, which is on the west coast, is where they are currently. And the reason they went over there is because Cork was destroyed by the werewolves, the Black Blood werewolves, which have been rising up because Malar, the god, has been walking around the island. And of course, there's reports across Faerun that gods are walking again, which is a problem because it happened before and it wasn't good. So they have a werewolf army, which is almost a kind of a conflict of comments, really. But nevertheless, the guys are in Farview. Unfortunately, several things happened. They were coming here to try to save the women that had been stolen because mainly the werewolves were attacking. This army of werewolves was attacking various towns and settlements and stealing the women for some purpose. And they figured out that what they were doing with them is some magical pregnation of some kind that was they were giving birth to actual wolf pups. So they don't know exactly what's going on with that, but they did find the women and they murdered them all. Murdered them all.
It was a murder.
We released them.
Okay. Now, luckily during the situation,
I think that was a slight obfuscation.
right, a little bit, right. They did run into one of the lieutenants, supposedly of Black Angus. We have Eardrick, and they were able to charm him actually, and it turned out very differently than I expected. But in the end, they found that Sebastian was actually in disguise down here, possibly as Black Angus, which is the wizard that they were kind of looking to take out, because that wizard has the ability to open portals, and therefore the werewolf army can move around as it likes, which is a problem. But they had a quick little round of combat with Sebastian, and he nearly killed the entire party. They ran away like the dogs they are, and they are still running as we speak. But Sebastian is they thought was an ally. Turns out maybe he's not. And of course, the only other thing that's left for these guys is make a decision. They did succeed in a portion of their mission by removing the women from the scene, but Sebastian didn't chase after them, or at least hasn't chased after them. So this is confusing. Is it important or not important? Well, we don't know. But you guys do have some options. Of course, Fairview is you're literally just out here getting to the horses in the back of the forest here, so you're still in Farview. Of course, you do know you still have about a half a day or less than more than half a day before Mayor Redmayne takes off in her ships going to Denegal. And of course, they also have a pendant that will force Melar to give them an audience. So, what are they going to do? I'm not sure.
I think I'm going to go visit Mayor Redmayne. She's
Okay.
pretty.
She is pretty.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But so are we going now? Are we off? Are we ready?
Well, I don't
Is that
know.
all right?
You guys have to make those decisions. I am just sitting back, of course, and just following your lead.
Okay.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think we should head back to the boats.
Well,
Yeah. So we're running.
Because we're still in the middle of running away, right?
Yes, you guys are at the horses right now.
Okay. No, we need to get out of here right now. I mean, I'm actually carrying Laz at this moment.
Yeah, you are.
If I'm right by you, I don't want to use any more of my spells, but I'll do a cure wounds on Laz, so at least it gets her up. So.
Thank you, Medicine Man.
Yeah, well, you were at 0, so that's pretty easy. Yeah.
I say we just go.
You're up. I just gotta calculate how much.
Yeah, we'll talk when we get further away. Let's head back to the coast.
Or to the river.
You
mean?
for 9 points.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Slick? He gave you 9 health points back, so you're at 9.
9.
All right, so you guys head back to the river, back to Mayor Redmayne, and it takes you, some time, of course, a few hours. But as you're traveling along, any kind of healing you guys like to do, or of course you might want to save some of your magic, you never know. But as you're traveling along the way, you guys are chatting with each other about what just happened and what this means for your future and of course the future of this island itself. But eventually you do make it back to the camp on the river, and you see that the camp has been almost 100% broken down, and you see all of Mayor Redmayne's crew is sitting there, and they are working on stuff, and of course Lacey is very happily helping them. Oh, Lacey. Oh. Okay. And you see Mayor Redmayne walking around directing people and picking up stuff herself. So the camp is basically broken, and they've loaded everything they can onto one of the boats, and the other boat is still saleable, but they don't know that because they don't have enough crew to man both boats unless you guys help them. But they have moved all the everything valuable they can from one boat onto the main boat on the upper leading onto the river. Now their plan is to leave in a matter of hours, and they're going to be heading upriver to Denegal. They're getting out of Dodge. They tried to fight because she's the mayor of Farview. They tried to fight and gain control of the situation, but they just couldn't do it. They're overwhelmed, outgunned, and she knows when to tuck it in. And she's heading up to Denegal and see if there's something we can done. Because really, the last bastion of hope, it seems, is in Denegal. So there's our situation. What are you guys going to do?
Well, I think we need to have. I look at everybody. I think we need to have a discussion about what we're going to do. This is there have been some revelations. And I'm waiting for Lacey to come to where we're at.
I'm gonna go back up the trail and scout to see if anyone's following us.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay.
All right, shoot an arrow up in the air or something. Signal me when you guys are ready to go, and I'll come running if there's trouble. But we need to get out of here now. So.
Okay. We'll give me a perception check.
All right. Rolled a 9. I have the +7, so 16.
16. You don't see any evidence of anyone following after you at all.
Okay. Am I pretty confident I'm in the clear?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Well, also as a caveat, while we were traveling back, I want to make sure that I was relaying the information, because as we were hightailing it away from Sebastian, I noticed a magical shimmer where his visage just altered and went back real quick, almost like there was some kind of mystical illusion cloaking his appearance.
Yeah, I
Occlusion
think
is the word you want.
Yeah.
Or occlusion. Okay.
Yeah. Grammar Nazi. Okay. That just strengthens my belief in this. I think one of two things has happened. I think that either Sebastian, the real Sebastian, has been replaced. It is still possible that he is still, he is still Sebastian, but I don't think so. I think he's been replaced. And it's possible that he's actually... Yes, unfortunately.
Weeps.
Very so. Jesus Christ! God damn it!
It's your woman.
Screw me for trying to build a moment. I don't know exactly what we want to do with this information, because we also found out that they're not following Maelor; they're following Sylvanus, which, as I think about it, it's hard to believe. Sylvanus has never been an evil god, but he does dislike civilization, and he took Maelor in under him and never reined him in. This is all shocking. I profess I don't know what to do next.
Well, I think that device that we were given to talk with a god was probably a trap. That's my thoughts.
It's possible.
On it.
But it's also possible that he was hoping that Maelor would kill us, or that we would kill. Maybe Maelor is weakened. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns here still, but we do know that they have turned their back on Maelor, and I'm not sure if that's an advantage we can use or not.
I guess we'll see. But I don't think we should be dealing with any werewolf gods or werewolves in general.
Oh, Uncle.
Well, this also puts us into a situation where we now know that it's more than likely that the message that was given to the Earl was to the Thane was false. So I don't know if it's too late to stop them from killing each other or not. What do you think?
I think we should get on a boat and find out.
Or send a message as quickly as possible.
Do you know any faster way to send a message than simply to go by boat?
No.
Well, then that's the fastest way to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what does everyone say? I mean, do we try to approach Maelor to see if we could use him in some way, or that he can give us something to fight them? Do we bypass that completely? Do we head and hope that we can stop what's happening?
I vote for the boat.
I would see Maelor, but I must recuperate. So whatever thou hast decided, I will follow.
If you guys are interested in going to see the gods still, I mean, at the very least, we need to convince the boat crew that at least the boat that we're going to be using needs to stay back a little longer, so we have time to head out there.
Well, they've already said they're not going to take the other boat unless we're here.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Can we man? Do we have the skills to man a boat?
No.
Yeah.
No, but if you could convince a couple of that crew to stay, you probably would be able to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the
I
idea.
may be able to have a little chat with one of them.
Oh God.
I don't want them to do this against their will. It's very possible that if they stay here, they will die.
Are you sure? Because I have like one charm spell left.
Why would I have to convince them beyond that? I have many charms that can bring them along.
If we talk to Malor, we might die. They might die.
That's very true.
And we're not worried about your seductressness.
Let them stay in the boat. I don't want them to die.
Well, it's two for the sailing, and so far it's one to see Malor.
I think we need to ask ourselves what's the most effective thing that we can do?
Well, the most effective thing we can do is leave and try to stop them from killing each other, and to let them know that, and to try to get them to listen to what we found.
I think, well, one, we don't know if he was just impersonating him then or previously.
Yes.
So we would go. So that we're going on not complete information. If we go and contact Malor, we could turn this whole thing into a different direction. But because we know Eardrick was telling us the truth because we had him charmed.
Yes.
If we go to Denengal, I don't know if we'll be very effective there. As far as changing the overall scene of the battle that's going on of the war that's going on here. So let's go see Malor.
All right, so that's 2 for Malor.
Oh, it comes down to Zach and Lacey.
I said boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said boat. It comes down to me. I'm the one who hasn't made a decision.
Oh, you? Okay.
Yeah.
Lacey. Don't forget the Lacey.
Well,
oh no!
yeah.
Uncle weeps.
NPC. Roll for it. Odds we go on the boat, evens we go for Malor. Roll it.
All right. I got it. Hang on.
Leave it all to chance.
It's a 17, so we go to see Malor.
Oh wow! All right. Well, then you guys, help them finish up and say your goodbyes and good luck and such like that. They take their boat and they head out. You guys are probably better to camp the night and heal up your wounds and get a long rest and such, of course, and can head out in the morning. Now, we do know.
Actually, what I can do is I can heal. I can go and heal everybody up because I only need a 4 hour. I need a short rest to get my spells back because I'm an elf.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't have that.
I'm not.
What was that I'm saying? Oh, you guys, that's right. You guys used a bunch of spells. Never mind.
Yeah. Didn't we have to convince some of them to stay behind so we could keep one of the boats and then use it when we got back? I thought that's what we were going to try and do before they left.
Well, you could do that if you'd like. But you guys make that decision. Now, not too far to the southwest, of course, is that forest that you had skirted before and ran into the Ettercaps. And supposedly Malor is in that forest, just to the west of Orcombe, actually. So if you guys want to try to talk a couple of them into staying behind and waiting for you so you can man that ship and bring it back up to Denegal, have at it.
Okay.
You two are okay. The halfling and Laz are up.
I'll let Laz go first and use her feminine wild.
Well, I do have a little bit. So, do I just throw a 20 and use my persuasion?
Well, yes, ultimately mechanically, but you need to tell me who you're talking to, though.
Well, some strapping young men who
So you got to talk to the crew, not the captain?
I would probably talk with the captain first.
Is there a captain?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Right.
Mayor Redmayne.
And she's hot.
Oh, that could be a problem. That could be a problem.
Let us
You
go.
don't want me talking to her then.
I just wanted to pick up a few hands and they can help us. I don't need Redmayne to give acquiesce.
No, but we want to see it, so get at it.
Fine.
Let's tell
Fine.
Redmayne.
Let us go speak to this hussy.
Let's go discuss our plan with Redmayne and see if we can't get.
All right, fine. Lacey takes offense to that. Uncle weeps. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm
Are we
gonna
in with
just walk
Redmayne right
with
now?
you. I'm gonna go with you to the captain. I think that's probably the best decision at this point.
Just keep in mind, though, this beautiful, beautiful woman is very upset that her uncle has betrayed reality. Poor Lacey.
Somebody should comfort her. Somebody.
I'll do it.
I will not kill you.
Yeah. Well, you have a corny tip. Maybe that's better not to do that. I don't know.
That's right. I'm gonna file that down.
File it down. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I'm comforting Lucy. I'm rubbing
All right.
her.
Now, go ahead and give me your spiel, and then you can roll your dice.
So we're in with her, correct?
Yeah, you head over, and she's just they're finishing up. She's on the deck of the ship that's they're going to be taking, and they're just kind of getting everything ready. They're getting sails opened and prepared for lifting, etc. They're getting ready to take off. The the tide, as it were, the river tide is coming up, so they're getting ready to leave. Go ahead.
Pardon me, Madam Mayor. We would like to use your extra ship, but we also need assistance to man its sails and its oars. Would it be possible that you would allow us to maybe entice some of your men to come and assist us with this? It would be very helpful, and possibly we could recompense you.
Have you decided to take and follow us on the ship?
Well, we would follow later. We have business within yon forest that may be perilous, but your men may remain on the ship. They do not have to accompany us, but we feel it is best that we go investigate certain things that have come to light.
Well, we were planning on having a couple of men to help to man it anyway. I'm not sure. To leave them in danger, they would have to make their own decisions. I'm not sure. Go ahead and make your roll.
Can I assist on this?
I didn't even know you were there, but of course, being a halfling, it's easy to miss you.
7 plus 6, so 13.
If he assists, I think it gives her advantage on that roll.
Right.
But you got to make your roll first.
It actually makes it adds +2 to the roll. Yeah. So go ahead, Corny.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 5 plus. Hold on. Well, no, but I've got a lot of multipliers to that. So, where's my dude? 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. 5 plus. Okay, so I have a 13.
Go ahead and give your spiel, dude.
I mean, dealing with this problem could actually really help us in the long run. And we won't be going that long. It only takes us a few minutes. Not that it takes me only a few minutes to do anything, but I think it'd just be really useful, and we might come off with a greater understanding of our enemy.
Okay, well, she's not completely averse to the situation anyway. So your pitiful 15 is good enough overall with Laz. And of course, she says, well, we need to talk to the men. So Laz, you need to give a speech to the men, and hopefully a couple of them will agree.
So we're in front of the
Yeah,
crew.
she calls them to deck, and they come up, very military like. Of course, they are military, and she says, "Here, the tiefling of the tribe of the group that's trying to solve the situation here has a request of you, men."
Good men, stalwarts all. We are on a mission to understand more about our enemy. We need a few of you to assist us to sail the ship yonder and go upriver towards that forest over there. If you would assist us, we would be greatly appreciative, and we will give you some of our treasure and loot if we find anything, and we would love to have you along. Myself.
That's right. Laz will give you some of her treasure.
Oh God. They're kind of looking at the halfling cross-eyed with their arms crossed across their chest. But give me a roll. Give me a roll, Laz. And please don't roll a 5 or a 7 again.
Yeah, don't roll.
What? Okay, I'll do my best not to do that.
I'll give you one of my last inspirations. So you have a
D6. 17.
All right, that'll do.
That's what's 16 too. That's 20 something.
Sure. Well, they were planning on kind of doing something like that anyway. So 2 men do volunteer, and they go over, and you guys talk a little bit, and they say how long are you going to be. You guys figure probably another day, maybe, depending on what happens. So those guys agree, and they go over to the other ship, and they start working on preparing it to be able to be sailed at the slightest moment. So you guys succeeded in that. And then we need to wait till the morning anyway. But you guys talk with the men during the night. You get to sleep. You can sleep on board the ship, which is probably more comfortable than out in the wild anyway. And with the breaking morning, you guys get up. You do various morning activities, learning, studying spells, praying to your gods, sharpening and exercising your mind and bodies. And once you break your breakfast early in the morning, you have a trek of about, I guess it's about 3 or 4 hours to the edge of that forest. Now, as you guys are heading along, I'm assuming there's nothing particularly anyone wants to do. Of course, you guys can choose all your spells and stuff as normal. You just had a long rest. But as you approach the edge of the forest, it seems more dark and more brooding than it was the last time you passed it. Now, as you guys enter into the forest, even though it is day, the canopy is so thick, and because there's trees everywhere anyway, but this is a thick forest. And even though the sun is high in the sky, it is quite dark in the boughs of this unknown and unnamed forest, as far as you know. Now, as you guys are traveling along, I need the scouty types to make rolls.
Scouting types, is that what we are now to you?
Yes.
What's perception or stealth or what?
It is perception.
So it'd be anyone with proficiency in perception?
No, it is 2 people. It is Baran mainly.
Okay.
And it is
All
the
right,
monk.
well,
Yeah.
I must have been really missing Lacey. Because I rolled a
25.
1.
You rolled a 1?
Roll a 1.
Oh,
right.
Jeez.
So he's supposed to be scouting along and paying attention, but for some reason, every time he tries to get a few steps ahead of you guys to do some scouting, he ends up sitting right behind Lacey, and his eyes are fixated upon the rotation of her hips. He's fixated.
Well, I'm down to business. I rolled a 25.
All right.
Damn!
So
Wow.
The not scout with scouting abilities actually pulls it off. Bill, you come across a scene and you call the party over to you. You guys see in a kind of a clearing. It's actually it wasn't a clearing. It is now. There's snapped trees and pulled up stumps and just absolute carnage taking place in this small area. And there is a dire bear that has been torn to pieces, lying on the ground. It has been eaten. No skin has been taken. It's just dead.
This was such a good idea.
Mhm.
I think
Well.
if we shouldn't use the device right away if we find this guy. But if he tries to like come at us or anything, then we have no choice.
Well,
We should probably stop here and decide what we're gonna say.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. Well, for starters, when we find him, we don't all have to go walking out in the middle of the open to talk to him. It could be just one of us.
At least that way the rest could live.
Yes. And since I am not you. All right. I'll talk to him. But we do need to decide what we want to say. And if it turns out that it's safe, then everybody else can come out as well.
I think he'll know how many of us were there once we appear. Once we're in his range.
Yes,
Right.
but at least like one can keep him occupied long enough for everyone else to get away.
Okay, then back to what we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Crave a boon? What do we want to enact his vengeance upon the usurpers, the ones who curse his name?
That's what we
That's
can.
a good one.
We can use that to kind of get information out of him. That's not a bad idea. Maybe ask him if there's anything that he can give us that will help us to take out this mage that's usurped. That's basically the leader of this group that's usurped his authority and transferred it to Sylvanus.
What happens when you ask a chaotic evil or an evil god for a favor?
Well,
He's
it
gonna
depends on
lie.
how pissed off he is at the other guy.
I do not believe
Yeah,
Malar is
I mean-
evil.
No,
Okay.
he's chaotic. I think he's chaotic neutral.
Well, I thought he was isn't he the god? I thought he was like a god of evil.
No, he's the god of the hunt.
Or well, okay, I thought he was god of like evil.
No, he represents the beast.
Oh no!
Beasts
Wait,
are
no,
not
no.
evil.
He is chaotic evil.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
All right. It doesn't matter anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
We're all gonna die anyways.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the story I've set up. His alignment is
There you go.
irrelevant. Yeah.
We're gonna die.
So
Well, he rebels in
I wish
savagery.
to accompany you.
I put my
you
hand.
do this for the greater good, or you do this for yourself, Laz?
I do this because I do this.
Look, I think let
You didn't
let
answer my
one of us-
question, Laz. Are
All
you
right,
going to do
well-
this for yourself, or are you going to do this to help us all?
Oh, I would want to help all of you, but I do have a reason to speak to him.
Now, my thinking on this is let one of us go out and approach him, and if it appears he's not going to kill us all instantly, then if someone else wants to come out and ask him questions as well, that's fine. But it does us no good, and I'm sure we all have our own personal things that we want to do and take care of. We all have our own personal needs. I'm not faulting you for that, Laz, but walking out and possibly both of us dying instantaneously is not going to get you any closer to what you're looking for. So
Yeah,
I would say
Laz has a way with people.
Yeah, I know. Let one person take the risk And then if it, like I said, if it appears he's not going to kill us instantly, if you want to come out at that point and
If you
take
wish
the
to
chance,
go
then
solo, that is fine. But I will speak to him.
that's up to you.
But right before you head out there, I'll give you an inspiration. So
That's fine. But again, we need to decide what we're going to ask him.
I would just say let's basically just bring vengeance on your enemies. Do you have anything you could do to help us stop these people perverting your own followers, making them civilized? They're gonna have their pinkies out.
I think what we should ask him is, the information we should ask him for is, if you help us deal with these people, we will help you get your followers back. And since he himself can't move against them because Sylvanus is his master, we can act as freelancers for him. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to do that. No, I won't do that. I am already a servant of Corlin. I will not serve. You cannot serve two masters. I'm saying that we approach him and we show him that our intentions align, and that by helping us, he helps himself. What do you think?
Good a plan as any.
And since I believe Angus has the one who's betraying him by taking his creatures, that should be that's the focus of his ire.
Yes.
So you are taking the device with you, though, whatever device.
Yeah,
so if he does try and attack you,
yes,
that's what we're doing. Okay.
Yes, I'm taking the risk that this is going to do what it says it is, or perhaps it's something else. I might actually show it to him before I use it, because like we were talking about, it may actually be something that turns him against us immediately. So at the very least, we can try to approach him without using it. And if it's, and like I said, it's a crapshoot. This is I may very well die today.
Well, just have the action to use it ready when you come up to it. So
yes.
So you know.
Yeah. But are we decided on what we're going to present him with?
Repeat it back. What you think you're going to say?
I'm going to tell him that we have encountered Black Angus and Inuruk. They've informed us that the Black Bloods no longer serve him, that his place has been usurped, that they are now directly serving Sylvanus, and that they have called him weak. I'm sure this does not sit well with him, and if he is willing to be an ally to us, we are intending to remove Black Angus, and this is potentially good for him because it gets him his followers back without him having to directly challenge Sylvanus, which he cannot do.
And if he tells you to bugger off,
then we leave.
Okay.
And hope to God that
that's probably the better possibility of the bad outcomes.
Yes, the other possibility is that he just kills us for being here.
Why am I here?
Or kills me. But yes. Is this agreeable?
Fine with me. Let's get on with it.
What do we got to lose?
Everything?
Absolutely.
Decided?
But, once we spot him, everybody try to stay back as much as possible, and then I'll do this and hope to God I see you tomorrow.
So you guys continue on. You track through these forest with one monk who is capable of tracking and another one who's a scout who is very interested in someone's boutte. Yes, and that was a movie reference to a great movie, by the way. But nevertheless, you guys are going through. You see signs of carnage here or there. Some are new, some are old. The residents of this forest are certainly not having a good time of it. Something is certainly ravaging them. But eventually, as you guys track along, and we don't need any particular because you guys can take your time. After several hours, you come across a slight meadow opening, at least for the sun to come in. And across the other side, you see this.
Okay, I am I'm like immediately holding everybody back. I'm like, oh, stop, everybody stop. That's him.
And it's
Is
he looking at us?
looking right at you, by the way.
Oh crap!
Okay. Well, fortune favors the bold. I will start approaching, and I will like have my hands out and say, Maelor, we request words with you.
All right. Where is the medallion you have?
It's in my hand.
Are you invoking it?
Not yet.
All right.
Better.
He jumps off the stump he's upon, and he just is coming at you in a charge, as if it were a lion attacking.
Use it.
Use it.
I hold it up. I invoke the enchantment upon this object for you to speak with us.
He gets he was probably within a good 10 yards of you when you hold that thing up. He backs up and cowers like a little pup, and he looks at you, and the angry animalistic visage that was upon his face disappears in pure terror, and he speaks in the most clearest language that each of you can understand, meaning his words are in multiple languages at the same time. And he says, "What have you done?" Then, appearing next to him, out of nowhere, you see Sebastian.
Ah, crap!
Oh, shit.
He looks over you and he says, "Thank you. You have been good little lackeys. Enjoy your time."
Crap!
And he waves his hand over toward you guys, and appearing, Malar's backing up. Sebastian's walking toward him. In the space between the two of you, which is, of course, now directly in your face there, cleric, he waves his hand, and magically in front of you appears this.
Yep.
Now,
On the boat.
initiative, please.
Ah, son of a.
Could have been on a boat. Me and my big mouth.
Hey! I'm not the only one who voted for this.
You didn't vote for it,
I
actually.
did.
Oh, you did. You made the
Yeah.
decision. That's right. You used dice. Let's never do that. Anyway,
you gotta use your brain.
initiatives, please.
I knew it was a trap.
6.
13.
Ooh. 11.
11. Tied. 11.
Okay. All right. So now, well, I'll deal with that in a second. Now, this creature is attacking. Of course, he's attacking what's directly in front of him. So I do believe the highest I heard was 11. Yeah. So 11. Oh, well, whoever was highest. Was that a 13?
Yep.
Okay.
That was me.
All right. Well, this Weirvin is sitting in front of you, and it's a quite large creature. It's kind of like a elephant-sized type of thing, I guess, or a little bit under. It's more sleek and thin in its size, but it's a very big creature, and it is going to take a nibble of your cleric. So go ahead there, Corny Tip. How do you want to deal with this beastie?
Okay. I would
Charm
like
it.
to.
Charm it.
I would like to cast Phantasmal Force on the beast. And make our cleric look like he's engulfed in a a giant thing of magma.
Mm-hmm.
So the way Phantasmal Force works is you craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that you can see within range.
Mm-hmm.
The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice, no larger than 10-foot cube. So I want it to kind of be like right where it's up against him, touching him, but it appears that our cleric is just engulfed in this ball of magma that, you know.
I get it.
So that's, yeah.
Okay.
So
So you cast your spell. You guys all see this take place, and the cleric now looks like a ball of magma, and the wyvern doesn't seem to care at all. 12,
and
I have
11.
Oh, go ahead. 11. There you go.
and he would take 1d6 psychic damage too.
Nothing happens at all.
Okay. He's immune to psychic damage?
It's a wyvern. Yeah, it's possible.
It's not real.
It's
Am I-
did somebody else have an 11 besides me?
Me.
What's your initiative?
4.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, I'll do. I use Fury of Blows. I'll swing at the wyvern with my bow staff. Gonna go for 4 hits.
4. Wow. You can do that
Wow.
many
Yeah.
now.
Well, I got. Actually, no, 3. Sorry. I'll do
Now-
unarmed attack.
Now,
My
hold
bow
on a
staff.
second. I'm just curious, just as a clarification for me. The cleric is a bit ahead of you, so you'd have to take a move action and then, of course, an attack action. Does that flurry of blows require a full round action or just a simple action?
It's just
It's a bonus action, I think.
a bonus. Yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem. So the monk charges in as usual, jumping up in the air and coming down with a spinning bow staff upon this hideous creature. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Oh, so I got rolled a 19. So that one it was plus 7, so 26, 26, a 19, and the other one was 11.
Wow, all 4 hit.
All 4 hit. Okay. All right.
So whack,
So-
whack, whack, whack.
Yeah, 2 of them will be 1d8s. So that is that's week 6 plus 8. So I got 13, and then the last one was my unarmed. There's a d4 plus 4, so 8 there.
Total?
The total was 24. Is that right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
So the staffs rain fiery blows down upon the wyvern's skull, and you see little spurts of scale and blood pop off, as you most certainly do damage as it kind of pulls its head back and looks at you. 11.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I will cast. I will cast Shield of Faith on the monk.
Okay.
What does that give me?
It gives you a +2 bonus to your AC.
Okay, so I'll have a 20 for this during that.
It's 20 for as long as I maintain it.
Okay.
And then I will, for bonus action. Oh crap! I can't do it. I'm going to move back. I'm going to take my full movement, and I'm going to.
Does that allow you to disengage?
No, so he would get an attack of opportunity.
All right. Uh, 20.
That hits.
All right. He comes down and bites at you because you're right in front of his head. So you take 13 points of damage from his bite as he clamps into your
Okay.
armor and stuff. But you back up and get away.
Okay. Now, do I need? I need to take. I need to make a roll to maintain concentration, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we're good. That's 16. So 23.
Okay, no problem. You're fine. You're able to maintain that protective spell upon the monk. 10. 9. All right.
All right, my turn.
That's mine as well. But go ahead. You can go first.
Yeah. I look at my suite and I say, if I don't come back, well, take.
Don't sleep with the halfling.
And then I lunge forward to stab at thee with thy rapier.
Okay. So you jump in on the Weirvin and you got to take a strike at it. So go ahead.
That is an 18 to hit.
That hits quite well, actually.
Cool. Now let's see if I do any damage. And
Need some fight music for this.
11 damage.
All right, go ahead and give me your damage, dude.
All right, I did 11.
11. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. 11. All right. You definitely thrust into the breast of the creature, causing blood to be drawn. Who was the other one that had 9?
You.
Lacey's on a 4, so.
So it's you, and then
I had 6.
Okay, so it's
Oh,
me.
sorry.
All right, so here we go. I'm attacking the monk with a claw bite. I get a 18, a 21, and the bite definitely misses. So I hit you once, and you take 11 points of damage as one of the claws strikes you and hits you across the chest. But you're actually able to definitely dodge, or the shield itself actually interacts and blocks off some of those blows. So it was very effective. But it also has a tail that decides to whip around and stab potentially into a wee little scout who is lovelorn. And I have hold on a second, let me see. What is that? That's +7, so 19.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay.
No,
All right.
don't hit lover boy.
I am hit. I just hit him. Okay. You take a total of 11 points of damage as well. But you need to make a saving throw. DC 15 Constitution check, please.
I'm sorry, what was that?
A DC 15 Constitution check, and if you fail, you're probably dead. Just so you know.
No, don't dare do this to me.
76 poison damage. If you
Yeah.
fail.
All right. Oh shoot. Okay. 16.
16. Yep, that's 1 point over. So you only take half.
Okay, so that's 11 plus what?
I'm giving it to you here. 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23. So half of that will be another 11.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you just did 22 damage.
Yep.
And I'm at 3.
Yep. No, I told you it probably would have killed you. And I rolled low. Yeah, this is no joke.
Yeah. This thing is not a joke, man.
No,
we might
it's
actually
no
want to
joke.
run.
Yeah. Now let's see here. I'm done. You're done. Which brings us to our last actor. Well, not last because Lacey's on a 4. So I believe next is 6, right? With Slick.
Yeah. I'm gonna do shatter.
Okay.
That's 3. It's 3d8. So.
Is there a saving throw?
For me?
No, for the creature.
No.
I don't know.
I'll check it real quick.
Yeah.
12.
It's probably written right next to it.
So I mean,
That's all right. Don't worry
You're
about
good.
It's probably one of those spells that like everyone in the radius.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
it. And with his
Each
DC.
creature,
Okay, I
each
get it.
creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point.
Mhm.
So everything within 10 feet of the wyvern.
Yeah, and with
Well, you
him,
can maneuver it.
with him, it would be a DC. Oh goodness, you just took out. Oh well. So Baran, give me a saving throw. Monk, give me a saving throw. And the Weirvin. The Weirvin
So, do I
saves,
just
so
have-
he'll probably take half.
What is there a DC or I don't get the
DC 15. DC 15. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I got an 8.
Okay.
Can I use that?
Baran, let me have your roll, please.
Don't fail.
Does it fail?
Don't
I
fail.
said don't fail.
No, it's 16.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, is
roll
that save for half or save for none?
I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
It's probably
Shatter,
save for half.
3d8, half on success. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and give me roll your damage, please, Laz.
I think it killed me, man.
I got you, man.
17.
17 damage. So Monk, take all of that, and Baran and I take half of that. So half 17. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
8 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, the Wyvern is
Lightning
certainly
hit.
not happy about it. Lacey, luckily, ran up after all that happened, and she comes jumping in, and she comes charging up. She lets off a magic missile barrage as she's running up. And she does quite a bit of damage, actually. So that's all right. And then she comes in, and you see a little flicker of magic across her. And you guys have seen this do this before. She
I have
actually,
a question.
yeah, go ahead.
That was a second level spell. Does that double it? And then I forgot to tell you
Yes.
that I need to add my 6 points on top of that. So I guess
Well,
3
you
more?
should have done it on your turn.
Okay.
Should have done it on your
fault.
turn.
Yep.
really.
Yeah, it's
The
another
next time
one.
you cast, the
No.
next time you cast it, yeah, go ahead. I'm
It's
sorry.
another 1d8. It's another 1d8 damage. So
Yeah.
Okay, let me roll another one.
at least I can't die with 11 points left.
5 plus 6, so that should be added on.
So
I'm a
3.
0.
3.
No. Okay, I'm out. You know, he did 6.
Yeah, but
6?
you
Okay.
you,
Yeah.
you take 6, yeah.
Oh, good.
The
can
Wyvern
still
takes
fight.
3. Baran takes an additional 3. Baran, are you still up?
I'm at -8. I'm almost dead.
You're almost
No,
dead.
yeah.
Okay,
I've
well,
got
no,
him.
hold on. Now, Lacey comes in as the monk drops, and as the fighter drops, Lacey comes in. She lets off her magic missile barrage, which is very effective. I rolled like almost all 4s, by the way. And then she comes in with her sword over the end. You've seen her do this additional action ability that she has. You've seen her do it before, and she rolled a nat 20, dude.
Oh,
Nice.
thank God.
Nice.
I don't think it's going to
can
be
I-
enough, but
I need to do a cure wounds on Baran.
His blood's just gushing out of me.
So
Got to
this
keep
is
my
where-
record.
wow,
Hit points.
Jesus, man. Okay, boy, she got close. She didn't take it out, but she did more damage than all of you guys combined in one round.
How does she got so much juice?
Well, in this situation, I rolled all 4s and I rolled a nat 20 and doubled my damage. So that's kind of not normal. But she just a straight up fighter, dude. She's an Eldritch Knight.
She's a freaking tank, man.
She
In
is.
early level, freaking fighters are beasts.
They are. And of course, she gets extra experience points, which is nice. But it's not down. Okay, that's the end of the round. Now, as we come up to the top of the round and try to see what we're going to do, you guys do notice that over behind you, because this is all happening within seconds, right? You see that Malar is backing up, literally whimpering in pure terror. You didn't even know that a god of this type could even have fear, but it's just terrified. And as Sebastian walks toward him, you notice that Bill had said, well, Bill's down, but he had explained to you that
No,
there was
I'm
like,
not down. I'm just bleeding out my guts. It's okay.
Okay. Well, he had noticed that there was like a flicker on Sebastian's face before. Well, you see that flickering, and as he walks, you see that, of course, Malar stands about 8 foot tall himself, right? He's not little, 8, 9 foot tall. But as Sebastian walks toward him, Sebastian gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually you have a 10 foot tall man standing right in front of him. And all of you guys
Jesus.
might not know who it is, but Bob knows.
Oh
Yeah.
man! Right about now, my cleric is deucing his pants.
Sylvanus is standing in front of you, and Sylvanus looks like this, but he's very dirty. And I don't mean like a god of nature would be. It's like greasy and filthy and matted, and he looks perverted, not in his
He's corrupt.
mentality, but in his person. And his eyes are manic, and he lets out a spell on Malar, which chains him to the ground instantly. Literally, chains just come out of the ground. They kind of almost look like a mix between vine roots and actual metal chain, and they just totally encircle Malar and just drag him very forcibly to the ground. And that's the end of the round, as you see Sylvanus has just captured Malar. Next round, top of the round, 13.
That'd be me. Yep. Okay, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on the Wyvern. It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. A 14, but I'm going to add cutting words to that, so add 2 to that, so 16.
Nothing
And
happens.
if he fails,
Dude, he's immune to magic.
completely
He's,
wait,
he's immune.
but
It's
the
immune to
magic
mind
missiles
control.
hurt it.
Oh, mind control. Okay.
Well, if he's immune to magic, why did the magic missiles?
It's not a magic
Not
thing.
magic.
It's not magic, dude. Yeah. No, it's your choice of spell. Because we just saw a magic missile damage it quite effectively. As I literally rolled all fours, guys.
Oh.
I think one of them's a 3. But yeah, no, it's the type of magic you're using. Yeah, specifically. And there's a reason for it. So don't, this isn't random. But okay, 11.
Okay, that's me.
Yep.
Are you still standing? I thought
And
you were negative.
No, Bron's at -8. I'm at 5.
Okay.
From 39 down to 5.
Well,
so
no,
I was.
this
Go ahead.
Weirvin is haggard, dude. It is badly damaged, but it's still standing. And you notice, because you guys know animals, of course. You guys have grown up in the wild. Even if they're bestial animals have a self-preservation, right? They will run away. That's one thing in D&D you see a lot of people don't do. The creatures fight till death. That's not actually how they do. They're going to want to survive. This creature is not going anywhere, dude.
Okay, so he's a servant. He's not leaving the man or the god who summoned him. Is what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, then.
Which is also why mental
That's my-
attacks don't work on it.
Okay. I'm gonna whip out a potion of healing and chug it, and then I still have time to be able to hit him.
Well,
I could do both.
you could do both. Yeah. Go ahead. So that takes your move
Okay.
action. That action's gone, but you still have an attack action. Go ahead.
Okay, so roll for, what is it, standard or is it common, uncommon, the healing potion?
I'm assuming it's a normal one. So it's what is that, a standard D8 plus 2?
Or 2d4 plus 2.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. The new healing's different now. 2d4. Yeah, there you go. So they
Okay,
basically
so-
give you a +1 extra healing guaranteed is what it is. I get it.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to be back up to 11 hit points.
Okay. And then take your swack at it.
Yeah, and then I'll use my bonus. I'm going to do it again. Now, can I use my move action, but I'm still able to
Nope.
attack?
Your move action's done.
Your move action's
I
done.
use my move action, but I'm
Yeah.
still able to do like flurry of blows.
You could use a
have a
bonus
second
action, of course. Yes, of course you can use a bonus action. You can use as many
Okay.
bonus actions as I feel is reasonable, actually.
Okay, well then I'll do a repeat of like my 3 swings.
So you have more than 1 fury blows. Awesome.
I have 4 key points. I burned 1. I've got 3 left. So
Awesome.
I'll take another.
That's beautiful. Go for it.
All right. So the first one is a 21.
Mhm.
Second one is an 18, and then a 19. So
Okay. Well, this creature has an 11 armor class, so it's not hard to hit it at all.
okay, all right. So 2d8 with the 2d8s, I did 11 points.
11 points total.
No, not total. Total is 11, 20 points.
20 points. Sweet. This thing is barely standing, and I mean barely. So the other 11 is the cleric. What are you going to do?
Yeah. I'm going to move up to Baron, and I'm going to use Spare the Dying.
Mhm.
I touch him, and you cast Spare the Dying, and well, as soon as I start casting it, the +2 that the spell I was maintaining concentration on drops,
It's gone,
so
yeah.
you lose the +2 to your AC, and
Okay.
I cast Spare the Dying, and it takes him to 0.
Yay! Not bleeding
So
out.
you're stabilized, but you're still out. Very good.
Yes, you're still out.
No, that's good. He doesn't have to make his death saves and stuff. It's fine. Then
Okay.
moving on to
And then
yeah, go ahead.
I want to use my bonus action to summon my spiritual weapon.
Okay, all right, you do so. Now that doesn't act until next round or this round.
I think it gets. No, it's next round.
Okay. So what kind of weapon is it?
It is a giant spiked mace.
Sweet. So you guys have a glowing white spiked mace floating in the air above the cleric as one hand as he kneels and one hand is upon Baran, keeping him from death, and the other one is emitting this magical mace. Very nice. Yeah. Now I do believe Laz was 6 or something, right?
Correct.
So it is my turn. Okay, this is what I'll do.
Don't kill me!
All right. Hold on a second. And I will explain what happens here momentarily. Okay. That's a lot.
No, never want to hear those words.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of damage. Oh my. That's what I think.
35 damage, monk. This thing lays in, it claws into you twice. It puts its maw around you and just clamps on and grapples you with its maw, actually, and is just tearing at you with its claws as it thrashes around like a crocodile with you in its mouth. I'm assuming you're dead.
I'm ripped in half.
Well, tell us, what is your constitution?
My constitution's a 16.
Your constitution is 16. You're at 11. So that's 36 points. How much damage did I just do? 32, right?
Is that I lost track after 30.
Isn't that what I said? Didn't I say 32?
Yeah, you said
I think it was
32. So
32.
you're just before
You have
below
3
dying.
points of
Just before
life left.
Yeah.
And you're still in its maw. Actually, it's just frenzying upon you, and that's a terrifying sight. But even though it's frenzying, its tail, which seems to have a will of its own, comes down and strikes at that cleric.
Oh crap!
Cleric, what is your armor class? I'm pretty sure I hit you, but just in case, what's your armor class?
18.
18. Oh, I just hit you. Ooh, goodness gracious. Because this thing gets a lot of pluses. But you take a total of 12 points of damage from the stinger itself, and then give me Constitution 15 roll, please.
I did give you inspiration, so just reminding you if you need it.
Okay, and that gives me plus. What's that?
1d6. If you need
1d6, yeah. Okay. Bro. Yeah, I need it. That gives me so it's a 13 plus 6, that's a 19.
Okay, you save. And it's ridiculous how deadly this poison is. So you're going to take half of this. That's 26, so take 13 damage. from the poison.
Wow. I'm still up, but not by much.
All right, which brings us down to Laz.
Gonna do a magic missile.
It's dead. You don't even need to bother the roll. It had 3 hit points left. You let off your magic missiles. They fly. There's 3 of them. You have 3 or 4 now. I think you might have 4 now.
I can do 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Your magic missiles leap off. And what do your magic missiles look like? Because you can choose what they look like. You can customize it. Anything, Laz?
Flaming
Jimmy.
booby.
The flaming boobies. All right. So 4 flaming boobies leap from her fingers and go flying through the air, smashing into the wyvern, literally separating its head as its body clumps to the ground. Its head falls down, still gripping the dying monk.
Yes.
Very quickly on her action, you see. I guess we lost Slick or something. On her action, you see Lacey run up and just start putting her sword in, trying to pry the jaws of this dead creature open so that she can get the monk out. Francis, get him out of the mouth. And at the end of the round, what you guys see is that.
I'm sorry, guys. My phone, my computer just did an auto restart.
Oh, that's no problem. We made a decision for you. Your magic missiles are now flaming boobies. So, anyway, yeah. But you see this manic and crazed giant, Sylvanus. He goes over, he grabs Malar by the head, and he begins chastising him. But as he does so, they both fade from view in front of you. You guys are left in the woods. Carnage. 2 of your members are down. There's a dead wyvern in front of you, and you have nothing to gain from it other than knowing Sylvanus is in direct action of what's going on.
That's 3 gods.
Yeah, and
That's 3 gods walking the earth at the same time. Now that is bad.
Yeah, well,
I go run
Leviathan
over-
is technically more of an ancient titan, but not close enough.
I go over to the monk and cast healing wounds or cure wounds on him. So that would be...
You gotta. Oh no, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Now this
I do
monk
have
is busted up. I mean, busted up. Guts hanging out. There's teeth of the creature all around his chest. He's missing 2 fingers. He's an absolute mess. But of course,
Okay.
so your healing words will heal him, but he needs an actual an actual healing spell to get his parts back.
Well, it's cure wounds, but
I was gonna say, let me
that's,
stabilize him
a lot.
first. Let me stabilize him first. That way he gets all of that too, plus after 0.
Yeah, but you have a greater healing than just the standard cure, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that what he's casting on him, he's gonna have to make up for the negative as well. If he lets me take the 0 first,
that's fine.
and then...
That's fine. I'm just saying that you need to cast that greater heal, or he will still be missing parts. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because he's busted up, badly busted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here.
You put the entrails back in me belly.
Well, that went well.
Yeah, screw you, Chester.
Hey, I didn't make you invoke that artifact. You guys said it was a trap. You were right. You should have listened to your own damn selves.
I'll do
no,
on him as well as cure wounds. I don't know what else I can do.
Oh,
Since
you
I did
guys got
damage
plenty
to
of magic to get him healed up. I'm not worried about it. You can. It's not like you have to do a restoration or something. He didn't actually die. So you guys spend time in a triage situation trying to keep the monk from dying as he's spurting blood and guts, and he's, "Mother, I'm coming." All that's going on. Lacey is kind of backs up because there's nothing she can really do, and she's a bit shocked by the whole scene. I mean, she's been pretty stoic in most of the combats, but this is a bit much for her. Baron, and she's over with Baron anyway, and of course he's awake now. Someone did bring him positive, didn't they?
Yeah. Everybody gets back. Everybody gets back. See, 6, 7, 13, 18, 18 hit points.
Everybody.
Yay,
Yeah. Everybody, I cast Prayer of Healing.
I see. Okay.
Can I
Okay.
slink away and try and take some pieces off of this wyvern? Like anything that
Yep.
Oh yeah,
think I
sure.
could
It's a dead
sell.
wyvern in front of you. Now, as he casts this prayer of healing, he kneels down and he starts praying to Coriolan. White pulses of light start coming off of him. Everyone feels healed and better. You see fingers regrow, intestines reintact themselves, various things. As Francis becomes whole once again.
Actually add another 8 to that because I cast it at 2nd level and it's another 8.
All right, there you go. Sweet.
Nice.
And just for corny tip, that was in that creature was being directly mentally controlled by Sylvanus himself. Therefore, no mental attacks will work at all. Physical attacks, no
Okay,
problem. Physical magic, no problem. Just
I had
mental.
nothing to use against him. I
Well,
was like,
so you don't have any just direct physical magic?
well, there's not really a ton of direct physical magic stuff that I can really use. Like I have stuff like heat and metal, which is great if there was metal on the beast.
I see.
But,
So I inadvertently found a way to shut down a bard. All right, cool.
oh, completely. I could not do
Somebody
anything.
write that down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But no, that's all that was because you used 2 mental attacks in a row. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I look at everybody and say, let's get the bloody hell out of here.
To the boat. Hey, I'm fine. You can actually say it. To the boat.
all right. Well, actually, you guys are very safe. This forest has actually been rather tamed with Malar running around it for a few months. There's really no nasty beasties left. You guys probably were taking out those Ettercap that were on the edge, which is weird. You would think they would be deeper in the forest, but they were on the edge because Malar had pushed them out. Right? So this forest is actually very safe right now. But you guys collect yourselves and of course any pieces of the wyvern you want, like the stinger or teeth or whatever. If you have a scout, which you do have a scout, if he wants to take some time, which will take some time, and he wants to skin that, that could be turned into some mighty fine magical armor.
Yeah,
Let's do
I was
that.
gonna say, yeah, I'll build a fire and I'll start setting things up so we can take at least a short rest.
Yeah,
It is-
I'll get to the skinny. I'm like feeling all brand new and lively and stuff, and I'm like, I'm brand new.
And Lacey say, "Go, cut, go." She's doing like that. She got these little pom poms made out of grass. She's all excited. Her boobies are up and down. It's wonderful.
Why couldn't she be the one that the wyvern ate?
Well,
Hey.
because she's an NPC. And just once again, for everyone watching, because, it's important. Lacey. I'm not even showing everybody. Lacey.
Lazy.
There you go. All right.
Lacey.
So,
What else can be salvaged or
well,
taken off the wyvern?
have the people with Arcane make their skill roll, and you'll know.
I will do that.
That's venom.
Let's see. That's a 20 die, right?
Yeah.
16. I'm doing pretty good with this 20s.
Woo! Natural 20. Woo!
16 plus 5.
Here you go. So 21.
So,
All right.
22. Natural 20.
Sweet. All right. So you guys, wyvern are very commonly known creatures. They're actually a type of dragon. They're literally a dragon. Okay. So they're not some pseudo dragon or anything like that. They're an actual dragon. Now, with those rolls, you guys know exactly what we can get out of it. Even though its armor class itself isn't particularly strong, like a normal full big dragon, their armor class is ridiculous. But its skin is easily magicked. That's why it's so valuable. You also know that wyvern hearts, wyvern stingers are very useful in magical spells. As are wyvern teeth. Okay. What did I say about that? Oh, also, when you guys are, skinning this and cleaning it up, you do find in its belly or in its womb 2 eggs.
ooh, I take one of those.
Okay.
Well,
That's
hold
all I
on
want.
there.
That's all I want from that. I just want an egg.
Now, This creature isn't large enough for the whole group, but you do know the value of the heart itself is not really in spellcasting. It's in the magic that Dragon Heart has. Now, those of you who are from the old school world, you will recognize this. The newer people probably are going to be like, "What am I talking about?" But I'm definitely old school, and of course, Dragon Hearts are valuable in their eating. Because eating a dragon heart adds statistic points to a specific thing depending on the dragon.
Do we have to eat the whole thing, or
No,
can we share it?
I'm going to explain it. Yeah. First of all, someone write down. Let's see. So it's someone write down 2,500 experience and divide that by the by 5, please. So what? That's 500 each. So just you guys get 500 each for that. But okay, so its heart is only big enough to be cut, and you guys rolled very high, so you know this. You guys get 4 pieces of heart that actually will increase with a Werevin your strength by 1d4. Now, a larger dragon would have been 1d6, and depending on the type of dragon, it will increase wisdom or intelligence. And these bonuses are not limited by the 20 restriction, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically, we need to give them to our strongest character, and
Give him to the
wait till
monkey,
after
almost
they hit
died.
20 strength.
Now that's a question, Chester. Can you eat 2 pieces and get double the bonus?
No. The effect.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No, the effect. Matter of fact, you cannot eat another dragon heart for a month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one's definitely going to go to the monk.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
Wow.
And then one to the cleric, and then one to Boron, and then
Yay.
right, and you guys are both the next tiers on fighting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then I think Corny
Lacey?
Tip and Lacey should
Well, Lacey
Fight for
NPC.
yeah, Lacey's an NPC, so she doesn't get the magic, but I think Laz and Corny Tip will have to have a mud wrestle for it.
Well, we're giving Laz a wyvern egg. That's all she wanted. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it goes to Corny.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Now,
so exactly, I was gonna say exactly what are we getting out of this thing?
Okay. Each of you roll a d4 and give me the number, please.
Okay. Please be a 4. Please
Roll
be
a
a 4.
3.
Please.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I got a 2.
That's all right.
Ooh.
Just a
Got a
1.
4. Even though I can't use strength for anything, but that's still pretty cool.
It is. Okay. So this is what you do. Now this is how it's going to work in this 5th edition system. What you got to do is you got to add it directly to your whatever your number you rolled. Roll it. Add it directly to your strength, but you need to keep whatever your current strength is written somewhere so you know it, because the 20 limit is still in effect for you if you decide to use feats to improve your strength. Okay, so say you're sitting at a 16 strength, you still have 4 points of growth you can use from feats. All right, no matter what this number you just got, it's a magical effect. It's not a real world effect. Therefore, so you can still improve your strength more. Normally, if you're at 20 or over 20, you wouldn't be able to do anything more. But in this case, you can. It kind of supersedes the rule. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet. All right. So you guys have that. Unfortunately, it's no treasure. Once again, you guys aren't dungeon delving in this. You're actually campaigning is what you're doing. So you collect all the stuff. Oh, I do need one roll on that because the rest of the stuff is easy. But I do need a craft roll from Baron for the skin. It's very valuable, by the way. It's a lot. You guys just picked up a bunch of money.
And
Now,
Stinger
what
too,
for
right?
craft? What is the player? What would that be under?
Well, let me see here. Under the new rules, they don't have craft directly, but they would be under. Hold on a second. Survival, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So I do an 11.
You do it. You roll an 11. That's your roll plus what's your survival addition?
Unfortunately.
Oh, that's your total. That's your total. It's total at 11.
That's my total.
All right. Well, then write this down. You guys have a half Werven hide. Half Werven hide. Unfortunately, he didn't get the whole thing.
Okay, I got it here. And then how many teeth? And we got the stinger too, right?
Yeah, the stinger, of course, and the teeth. I'm not sure how many they have. There's probably at least 50, I guess.
Okay, 50 teeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Are
Cool.
any of those large enough that I could cut into parts for my shurikens?
I mean, I suppose it is a dragon, so it's just some of the bigger ones, but it's far more valuable to sell it to a wizard or alchemist, dude. Far more valuable. Yeah, it's not going to give you any pluses. I mean, of course, you can magic it, but you can magic a normal shuriken. Yeah.
We should probably give like some of these to Laz so she can hang on to them in case she needs them for spell components later.
That's true.
I don't need components, but I wouldn't mind making a cloak out of some of that.
Oh, yeah, sorcerer.
Some of that
That's
hide.
right. Yeah. Well, the and of course, I do believe Werven teeth are mainly used in necromancy anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
go ahead.
Also, the other thing you guys know from your very high arcane roll is Werven blood has value as well.
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any vials or anything to hold it in?
Wineskins.
I got an empty bottle. The healing potion bottle's empty. You put some in there.
Right. I do have 2 wineskins. I'll empty one of them out and fill it.
All right.
I look at the halfling and I look at his keg.
Yeah.
And I look back at the
I was just
halfling and I
thinking
look back
about
at his keg.
I look at everyone knowing what they're all thinking, and I'm starting to get teary-eyed at the loss of my alcoholic beverages.
Drink up.
Yeah, I start chugging away, and I don't know how much I had left. We've been on the road for a while, so I'm probably pretty low anyway.
All right, someone's carrying the halfling.
Dear Cornelius, we appreciate your sacrifice.
Well, I mean, if you
and we
guys
will buy you drinks as soon as we come to a tavern.
There you go.
Share the wealth.
Share the wealth. But actually, when you guys get to a place where you can actually sell all that stuff, and of course you have a place to put it because that portable hole actually works as a bag of holding as well. You guys have thousands of gold pieces worth of stuff. Thousands. A lot of money. A lot of money right there.
Okay, so about how much blood? Like maybe like a couple quarts.
I'm just going to calculate it all as a lump sum, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna penny pinch it. There's no need.
I can just imagine we fill the portable hole with, or like as full as we can, with wyvern blood, and then we go to like sell it. We just dip into this pool and it's full of blood.
Say, you got a bucket?
Yeah.
That's so murder hobo-y. So murder hobo.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna rest up here while he's doing that. I went ahead and I got all my stuff back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys finish up here with a short rest, and by late, I'm assuming you go back to the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, okay. So by late afternoon, with the sun just dipping into its dusk, you come back upon the river. The two men are just sitting up there, kind of lounging away, chatting with each other. Of course, you guys look fine. All your clothing and gear is probably in major disorder. You're going to have to, a couple of you, at least the monk needs to. If, you don't have armor, so you're good to go. Although you could use new underwear, I'm pretty sure.
I
But
was thinking wyvern skin boxers would be nice.
there you go. Well, there were a bunch of actually. I gave you a half hide, and then take. There are 4 smaller pieces that can't be sold for armor making. If you, there are strips that because he's not super experienced and he didn't cut it properly. But so there are little extra pieces actually.
Yeah, I need something to cover up my Johnson.
There you go. Your Johnson is
Hey, what about
covered
the
by
claws?
wyvern skin, huh?
May I take a swatch to make a cloak?
I gotta cover my
I
hindquarters.
don't. It isn't big enough. The point is, those pieces are not big enough to make any magical item. They cannot be magicked.
Oh,
Yeah, his
What about
roll
the
basically, you got a
claws?
half hide, which a half hide can't even do armor. Or we could do it like a halfling size thing, I guess. But you could do
some like some
cloaks with
bracers or
that,
something, right?
boots, those kind of things. You can't do actual
Yeah.
with a half. You can't do like scale mail or something like that.
What about
I
some?
couldn't do a cloak though. Oh, I couldn't do a cloak, is what you're saying.
No, you could do a cloak.
Yeah.
What was the question, Bob?
What about some bracers? Because I'm thinking
Yep.
about getting something for the monk that could add to his AC.
Any non-chest piece can be made.
Okay.
I just want enough for a cloak, so that's
Yeah.
the egg and a
But you
cloak.
only
and I'm
have
good.
one half hide though. There's only one, and it's
Should we
worth
harvest
money.
How
claws?
much? How much would a cloak take out of a half hide? And would the half hide be worth more
It would take
to
the
all
whole.
of us?
It would take the whole thing, and of
All
course
right, never mind.
you would have to magic it, and of course it's worth like $2,000 by itself, right?
Yeah, okay, we'll just keep
Yeah.
it and sell it.
Yeah.
And just buy your own cloak. Just buy a cloak with the grand money.
Yeah.
Sell your egg for magic armor.
Yeah, that's worth money too. All right, so
The other egg for another pet.
Claws. Are the claws worth anything?
not magically, but ornamentally, I suppose.
What about the stinger? Did we get the stinger?
You did
Yeah,
get
we
that.
got
That
the-
is valuable unto itself. Yeah.
The
Yeah, we
claws
got
on
all
my
that.
elbows, man.
I'm just
Have 'em
assuming
so-
you guys have everything you need from a wyvern,
Okay.
right?
All right, good enough. Good enough.
So, you come back to the boat. You guys, I'm assuming, are following after them and heading to Dinale, right? So you get back on the boat and you travel up the river. And it's some slow going because of a couple little passes that need to be done. But these guys know what they're doing. It's hard work, though. You guys are surprised how exhausted you are. But these guys are able to guide you quite well. And you get upriver, and it takes 2 days actually, which you wouldn't think it would take that long, but it does. And at the end of those 2 days, you guys see yourself coming into the river, into a city that most of you probably have never seen. Baran maybe had traveled to here once, but the rest of you guys, I think Laz and the Halfling have probably seen it. But
It's
the
where
rest
I arrived.
is probably where you came in. But you guys see the city of Dinale. Now, Dinale is a beautiful city. It's far more advanced than anything on this island of Moray, by far. Just the canal structure itself that's been built on and coming off the river is impressive. This is a very impressive city. It's not huge. It's not a major city like Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate or something like that, but it's pretty sizable. And of course, this is where the Jarl is, of course. And you guys know that you were under the command of the the Thanes, right? Thane Jurgen is where you guys were, but here's where the Jarl sits in his place. This picture I found I thought was really nice. It's probably a little bit too modern for our game, but I thought it looked cool. But this is Dinale. As you guys approach, there's high security at the gates, but of course you have a Lacey with you. So you have no problem getting through at all, because one of her abilities as a knight actually is that. So she's able to get you through the gates quite easily as you come up into Dinale, and we will leave it there. So
Woo, we didn't die.
you didn't die. You came damn close though, dude. Damn close.
Man.
Oh, yeah, you destroyed the wrong
Dude,
person.
I was waiting for you to tell me how much damage I was going to take, and then for that to drop me. And I was like, "That's it, we're done."
Yep.
Yeah.
Hope you have your reroll ready. Your new character set up.
Well, he almost dropped 3 of you with 3 hit points left. So
Yeah.
That was, and I got lucky because I did hit Baran 3 times. I mean, Bill's character 3 times in a row, so that helped. But that damn poison is vicious, man.
Oh,
Vicious.
dude, I've played in games where that's one shot, like everybody.
Yeah. Well, anyway, well, we've learned something today, folks.
We confronted 2 gods and got away scot-free. What the?
It's true. Well, they were more interested in each other. But yeah, we learned quite a bit today. And we've learned that don't fight a Werevin when you have a party of 4th level characters. Probably not a good idea. But they did beat it. They did beat it. Because that's a CR6, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty tough.
So, you know what? Well, I'll deal with that offline. But it is 2 CRs above you, so you get more experience points for it. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, there you go.
I need it.
All right. But nice, interesting. I'm kind of curious as to where they're going to go now because, as they say, the proverbial shit has hit the fan.
Yeah, I was part of that splatter.
Right? You were part of that, dude. I almost got you. I was 3 points away? 3 points away?
Yeah. I thought I was done. I was like, I'm glad I have a backup.
Yeah. Well, you guys are lucky, and I'm pretty sure you got a level today. That'll be awesome. Coming back with 5th level characters, and of course they'll be able to recuperate here in Dinale a little bit and gain their bearings and figure out what's going on. But nevertheless, guys, thank you all very much for joining us. We have a lot of fun with the role-playing stuff. I'm very happy to be role-playing again. And I know this show's not for everybody, but I don't care. I'm having fun. You guys are coming or having fun, and that's all that really matters, right? So I will check you guys out tomorrow. Of course, we have Comics News Today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, at 10 p.m., we have the Halloween special for the Draw Along, which we hope you guys are doing, but Drawn a Quarter, Ultimate Edition, of course. And do keep in mind that the title of tomorrow's Ultimate Edition is Gore Porn. It should be interesting.
Oh, boy.
What's the Drawn and Quartered?
Yes.
Yeah,
On Wednesday? Or you said Thursday.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Today is Tuesday. I do apologize. I take everything I just said back because I'm an idiot. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Comics News Today. And then after that, the Pro Edition, which you can watch if you like. It's not as good as the Ultimate, but, if you like.
Well, I'll be on it this Wednesday if you want to come see me compete against the pros.
Well, that's true.
So.
We should go support Bill. And I do have to say, I sent it all over to Edwin, and he's like, what? Again? So, I don't know. That was a joke.
Yeah.
He didn't say that at all. He didn't say that.
No. That would have been a really nice compliment.
It would have been.
Yeah, 5th level, guys. 3rd level spells.
There you go. That's right. 3rd level spells. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, Jennifer. We're having fun. But we'll see you all tomorrow, and we'll see you here next week for episode 9. Interesting. Yeah. Later. Well, no. I'm sorry. I do have to do my namaste. Let me see. I gave it to Slick last time. So you know what? I'm going to give it to the young, lovelorn fella. Zach, give us some words of wisdom, please. Wow, those are great words of wisdom.
I told him that. I was like, no, don't do it.
I've already done it. The pressure's on, brother.
Wisdom from me. Last time you yelled at me. I'm not gonna do it again.
Fine.
Makes me think of a great words of wisdom.
All right, fine. Go ahead, GOP. He's a coward. Go ahead, GOP.
Even a fool is wise when he holds his tongue.
This is true. This is true. Namaste.
Namaste.
Later, everybody.
Later, babies.
Later.